Hey y'all, I literally just walked in. As you can see, I haven't even taken my makeup off yet. I am not going to take it off. I am going to bed as soon as I'm done with here. So, you guys haven't seen me for a few days. It's because the internet out there in Rogersville absolutely sucked. We did a live with Molly, which I don't even think our lips matched up with our voices. I think it was like frozen most of the time. You could only hear our voices, and as far as technology out there, it sucked. That's all I can say. It sucked. There were certain places, especially as you got to Kingsport. Apparently, Kingsport's bigger, and we were in Kingsport a little bit working because we went to the water hole. Um, we tried to meet Don Wells, but over in Rogersville, it just sucked. So I couldn't go live. We all tried to go live last night on Molly's, and we had a media guy there getting some information from us. And quite frankly, he was trying to take recording of us going live, and I swear it just wouldn't go. We just kept, refreshing. It was frustrating. He did get his shot, but after that, it just went down, and we just couldn't get back on. So. A little, and then of course I was driving. I've had some car troubles. I'm hoping it's just an O2 sensor. We'll see. Knock on wood. Everybody say a prayer for me. So, and by the way, Molly did buy my O2 sensor. I tried to put, you guys got to understand, I actually tried to put it in at the hotel. But the old O2 sensor is seized up in it. So I sprayed it down with PB Blast, and I'm hoping tomorrow morning I can get the damn thing off and get it replaced. So we will see. I have to say I am utterly exhausted. This was a lot of work in 2 days that we did. We got a lot of interviews. Everybody told us going out there. I'm sure you guys saw on. I haven't even had a chance to look at to see if Molly had gone live since she, we separated. We left early this morning. It was a 13-hour drive for us back. So it's been hit and miss, for us as well. So, but, I thought the threat level, we went out to Don Wells' house. I'm sure you guys saw the video of her going to the shed, which she did. We do have recording of Don Wells saying he didn't care. It was later in the evening, he actually called her back. And I think it was because of the whole, we punked Benny video we did. And did I know what Matt is saying? No, I'm unfamiliar with that. I do realize there was some conflict between him and Marissa. She didn't inform him that she was going to use him as a ploy. He was very angry with me, and I can tell you that Jonathan, Olivia, and I had nothing. I had no idea she did that to him. I have apologized to him profusely, and I don't know what else to say to that. I did try to call him. He didn't answer the phone for me. Not yesterday, Wednesday, because we were in Kingsport, so I was able to use the phone. And the first opportunity I got, I went straight outside and called him and, called Noel. I'm not going to go into the details of those conversations, but I could still see that they were very upset still. But again, they were, they took their anger out on me, which, I tried to say that was, that's their thing. I try to stay out of the chaos, but we just keep getting dragged back into it. And I just don't think it's fair. But, I'll have to let him deal with that as he's going to have to. There's nothing I did to him. I've been, I don't know what to say. I don't want to, if anybody knows me, I'm not going to say personal business of theirs. I have an integrity, integrity. So I'm just going to let Marissa and him deal with that. Because again, Olivia, Jonathan, and I had nothing to do with that. I apologized to him. If I had known, it is what it is. So hopefully, they get over it. That's all I want to say on that for right now. I will go in and review it. Like I said, I just got home. I drove over 9 hours today by myself, with a car that's, it was pretty rough. So, and by the time I got home, the damn thing's clinking. So I don't think I blew the engine. I mean, I don't think it's that, but I think it, I'm hoping it's just the O2 sensor. That's what the codes, I checked the codes yesterday and it seemed like that's kind of what it is. But I tell you what, if it's an O2 sensor, man, that engine knocks. So you guys just pray for me. I do have the O2 sensor here. I just got to get the old one off. It's kind of seized up in there. So if I do have my tools here. I had to buy what I could up there to try to fix it. And yes, I do work on cars. I know enough to get me out of trouble, but this one I was trying to get it done so we didn't have to drive like that. But things happen for a reason. Well, I don't know what he said. It's if he said anything about me, then, shame on him because we did nothing. We did nothing to him. And I did try to reach out to him. He didn't answer. And again, I thought he was still mad at me for something that Marissa did. Again, I had nothing to do with her life. Okay. I have nothing to do with your lives. I have nothing to do with anybody's lives. It's kind of like guilty by association. And if, I hope he was respectful to me, Olivia and Jonathan, because if he wasn't, shame on him, keep that between you and Marissa. Nobody else did anything to you. Again, like I said, we had internet problem. Otherwise I would have been live with you guys. Like I've been out there working my ass off, but I got to tell you folks, let's get back to why I'm on here. Like we found out a lot of stuff, right? I mean, it was, oh, well, that's a shame. I didn't even know he even said anything about her being in the hospital. I apologize to you. I doubt he said that she planted that water bottle. I think he came out there shortly after. Not only that, officers were around. We've got a recording. We just went, I think it was like a week or so ago when we went out to Gabby Petito's bench, and we went inside the police station and we got it all we record everything. So it's not like when we have everything to back up everything that we do. We literally, like my whole phone, I have a 512 gig phone and it's almost full. We literally record every single thing we do just to make sure that nobody can do this. And if he did say that, shame, he's going to have to deal with that, because once it's all out there, then I'm going to let him, if this is what he's choosing to do, I'm going to let him, deal with that, because we have everything recorded, and that would be, I can't imagine him putting his integrity on the line like that. Did he really do that? Wow. I hope he didn't do that. That's poor taste. That's poor taste. He's going to eat crow over that. Oof. So anyways, getting back to that water bottle. So we went to the Northport police, and again, we got it recorded because we record everything. And they said that the water bottle is in the Denver FBI, that they're not going to release it back to us until the investigation is over. Olivia found it. She's an unblemished young woman that has never done anything wrong to anybody. And she would never jeopardize her freedom to do something like that. And that if he really did say that, shame on him. That's kind of fallen to a new, and he knew we were coming back today. I mean, we had connection issues, and if he's just going on blast, like, what? Well, anyways, I can't deal with him. If that's what he did, then I hope he never reaches out to me again, because I have to deal with people of integrity. And, that's sad, because we were out there working our ass off, and, to bring Olivia, myself, or Jonathan in to him and Marissa's fight, just like that freaking sleazeball. Anyways, getting back there, when we went to the Wells house, Marissa went on that into that area, all of us stayed away. We stayed out at the road. The only person that went up there, I mean, we filmed her the whole time. Everything's on film, going up to the, I don't know if it's a barn, if it was an outhouse at one time. It was a pretty large building, and she looked in it and got that. I did see it when she got back there, the recording of it. And thank you for being up for 13 hours. I'm exhausted. Actually, I got up at like 5 o'clock this morning. If that tells you anything, I'm really exhausted. But she went into that building, and when we went to the steakhouse where I was speaking to, or left a message for Matt and Noel, Don called, or she called Don to try to get a meeting with him. And, he asked her if she had been on his property. She said, yeah, and we got him on recording. He didn't care at the time. Later that night, he got sauced up and, had an issue, but that's why we record everything, to cover our ass. But I got to tell you, we talked to, first of all, I just want to let everybody know that when we went out there, we were told that these people, shot first, asked questions later, that, they were basically ghetto people with like missing teeth. And these people were good people. These people were very kind people. I think Rogerville is more like, the part of the county is Kingsport. Like you have part in Kingsport and I think even maybe Kingsport's like the head, like a different county. But Rogerville is the ass end of Hawkins County, and then Kingsport is the beginning of the other county. And so apparently Kingsport has more money. They have, the better stuff, and whatever. This is a very hilly place. The reception's not good. We had to literally drive, I want to say 10 or 12 miles just to call the cops, because we went back Thursday just to take some more footage out in front of Don Wells' house. And of course they had they just had, it ended up getting pretty nasty. It got so nasty that Marissa ended up going and filing a criminal complaint against Sleazeball. I'm not going to bring up his name because he doesn't deserve anything. And I refuse to bring up his name because he's a disgusting, deplorable individual. I want to tell you that there was 5 individuals there. And I know that you guys are probably seeing this on the internet. I have to know, because we did see coming in that one of somebody was posting the police. So the police out there. First of all, we called the police. The police went out there because she filed a criminal complaint. And they're trying to say that we said we had police escorts. Before I left, I said if we felt necessary, we would definitely have police escort us out at that property. When we got there, the first thing we did was go to the police station, City Hall, all these things to get all the background information. And we informed the officers, that we were going to be going out there and that we were present, and that, if anything went off, we'd be calling them for assistance. And the first day, nothing happened. But I have to say the second day was disgusting. And the reason why I say that is because all these people were there, not one person. And I'm talking about all the people, the Wells sympathizers. You had like 4 or 5 different people there at the Wells house. Not one person was out there looking for Summer. Not one. Not one. They were up there. You could hear them down from below the mountain, laughing, giggling. It was disgusting. It was absolutely flippin' disgusting. They're up there partying, and there's a 5-year-old kid missing. A 5-year-old child missing. It's sad. We learned so much stuff. So the neighbors, there's some people that haven't even been interviewed by law enforcement that have heard things and seen things that are on the other side of the mountain. So it's like a holler. So you have one side, you have a mountain here and a mountain here. And so, Beach Creek Road is the holler. Okay. And up one side of the road, on the side that the wells are, Olivia's putting together like not a documentary, like a video, so you guys get a good look at what's going on. That's going to be forthcoming. This right here is going to be very short and sweet. The only reason why I'm coming on is because I've been going crazy not being able to go live. I have not got not gone live in I always have a live out almost every single day, and this has absolutely killed me. Like, I'm just biting my nails. I swear to God, it's an addiction to bring up all this stuff to you. It was crazy. And with all the internet issues we were having, I mean, our room didn't even have a phone in it. And our cell phones barely worked in those rooms. So it really just sucked. You couldn't even call, like, we needed towels. We couldn't even call downstairs for towels. And they had no elevator in our hotel. So we had to literally walk down. If we needed anything, we had to walk down. No telephones in the room. No telephones in the room whatsoever, which kind of sucked. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, I got your message. I got your text message. You know who you are. Thank you. Yes, I'm getting aware of that. I'm actually very disappointed if he actually did that, but what can I do? I'm not going to feed into it. I did nothing wrong, and I'm not going to sit here and feed into it. I'm not going to jeopardize my character or integrity to comment on it. I won't. I just won't. So they can do whatever they need to do, just like everybody else has. I've got lovers and I got haters. It's just going to be what it is. Okay. So anyways, neighbors, people were saying that these neighbors didn't want us there. They don't like outsiders. When we got there, people were waving at us. People were giving us thumbs up. People were pulling off the side of the road to give us information. Okay. We were absolutely welcome there. We spent about 4 hours with law enforcement and investigators over a 2-day period. The first day was just to, let them know that we were there, let them know what we were thinking, let them know how we were, what we were planning on doing. Take that what you may, but that's what we did. We let them know our presence was there and that we were going to be, poking around. So, we'll leave it at that. Secondly, the second day we went back there, we actually had a lot of information to give them. We had people that had not been spoken to by law enforcement that appeared to have some information that they needed to hear. There was a young boy that that's been absolutely traumatized by certain events. And that young boy, I really truly, like, the family doesn't come from, a lot of means, financial means to get that child some help. So I kind of asked, the officers, because I felt bad for him. This kid needs help. They don't have the resources. So hopefully they can expel, the county can expel some resources to help this kid. Apparently there were some profound changes. The family didn't understand what's going on with him. So hopefully, he can get some things off his chest and help law enforcement. And, we explained to law enforcement that we really truly believe that might help. I mean, it'll help the kid. It might help the case. We'll see how that all goes. We have, ex-friends telling us some really rotten stories. Guys, these kids didn't get baths but once a week. I mean, if that. These kids, everybody, like this sleazeball from Texas, just trying to say that it was because of social media that the Wells got their boys taken away from them. CPS was already involved in these children before Summer went missing. Before. Okay, so the idea that they got taken away because of us or you or anybody else is complete horseshit. And I'm going to say it just like that: complete horseshit. These kids were not being cared for properly. It is disgusting and sad. I don't think anybody in that family was getting baths regularly. They were talking about the body odor coming off of Candace Wells. It was alleged that Candace Wells is also a pedophile. So there's a lot of things going on that people don't know. While we were there, we were looking at the area. There is no way somebody Let me paint the picture for you. So they live on a mountain. So they have like a corner lot. Okay. The corner lot is Beach Creek Drive and Ben Hill Road. And it's a corner lot, but they live on a top of a mountain. And these steeps, I mean, we went and looked at everything. It is hard to get up there without somebody knowing. I mean, you could hear yourself grabbing a hold of stuff to walk up there. Okay. Again, I stayed out on the road, and I'm going to leave it at that. I don't break the law. We if people want to go on a property, they may do so. It is up to the homeowner, the legal homeowner, to ask them to leave. Nobody was asked to leave. The ones that chose to go on to the property, the homeowner was advised that they were on the property after asking and did not care at the time. As far as law enforcement and this whole thing of trespassing, that's not true. Look at the laws. If for any reason law enforcement thought we broke the law, they wouldn't have been at the property for the sleazeball. They would have been at our hotel room because they had all of our telephone numbers and knew exactly what hotel we were staying at. And we did not see law enforcement come there one time. So people are also talking about us going on there, and if somebody had gone on there and stumbled across evidence that we have just contaminated a crime scene. First of all, the crime scene was 6 months ago. That particular property had been combed through enough that it was officially released as a crime scene. So the idea that this was a contaminated crime scene, if there was any kind of evidence on there, it would have been left alone and we would have called law enforcement. But again, Andrew Griffin, aka Bullcorn Betty, stayed on the road with Mom, with Olivia, with Jonathan Riches. So, again, if anybody has any issues, you deal with that. The person that did choose to go on there recorded herself and posted it. So if that tells you how she felt about what she did, I think the footage speaks for itself. She doesn't feel she broke the law. I don't feel she broke the law. Obviously, law enforcement doesn't feel she broke the law. There is no criminal complaint against her stating that she broke the law. So I just want to stifle anybody's mind that she may have broke the law. This sleazeball threatened her with a log to knock her block off. Got in the night before. We've been keeping an eye on this certain individual, and we are very professional. We can do a lot of great work. We do have a hell of an investigation team, and we were able to find this individual's hotel room. He was doing a live, talking a lot of smack. So we just let him know, hey, we're here. We can find you. It's just that easy. And it was all from footage that he posted himself, our team going through it, combing through it, and finding out exactly where he was. That's what real investigators do. We don't sit up in the house smoking weed with criminals. Criminals that have their kids taken away. We're out there looking, for a child, a 5-year-old child. All these people at the Wells house, disgusting. And not one person out there looking for Summer Wells. Not one person from that house asking questions to the neighbors. Not one. They're up there smoking weed and drinking. It's sick. We could hear them partying from the road. A 5-year-old's missing and they're up there partying. I don't know what else to say. At any rate, the law enforcement went out there and talked to him. Obviously, they didn't pull his ass in, but we're still sending them footage. It's possible that there are criminal charges coming against him. We'll just have to wait and see. Once their investigation is done, all I can say is they did a disservice to the Wells that are trying to get their kids out. And shame on the Wells for allowing this disruption, because now they have another criminal complaint charge at their home when they're trying to get their children back from CPS. And the person that's in that criminal complaint is a convicted felon from Texas. So you've got parents that have their children taken away from them, hanging out with convicted felons that smoke pot from Texas to Tennessee on YouTube, and those are the people you choose to have to be your friend. Another thing, we had an opportunity, like I said, to talk. What was I getting at? Sorry, I'm tired. I've been driving for a really long time. Don Wells asked, he did agree that he would meet with us. He wanted us to be his friend. Like, I don't have time to be somebody's friend. I'm trying to find your daughter. In our conversation, which was going to come out, we're going to, tomorrow when I have an opportunity to go through all my footage and everything and get all the, videos together, I will bring those to you. My phone's on the charger right now. I'm exhausted. I haven't even had a chance to look at it, to even bring it up to you. And I don't even have my second screen here to share. So you guys are going to have to wait until tomorrow. But he starts telling me that, we need to, when I asked him, has he ever thought about any other theory besides somebody abducting his child? He said no. So he has never, after 6 months after your child's been missing, you haven't thought it, you have tunnel vision that this is exactly what happened. And then when I pushed him to ask him, well, how did it happen? Where did they come up? Where could they have taken her? How would they have known where she was in the house? He couldn't answer those questions. But he wanted me to be his friend. And then and then he started rambling on about the atrocities in the world. And, we need to pray for the people that are being slaughtered in North Korea. And I'm thinking, okay, so, I'm here to help you find your daughter, and you're wanting me to be concerned with people that are dying in North Korea. Pretty bizarre. I gotta say, pretty bizarre behavior. But he and I agreed that, we would meet the next morning, at the Wendy's, but I had to watch a video. He wanted me to watch the Seventh Day Adventist video. It's called Prophecies. Hold on, I'll tell you exactly what it was. Unlocking Bible Prophecies 2.0. So me, a woman of my word, I was being truthful with him when I said I wanted to speak with him. I wanted to help his daughter. And yes, I would watch this video if he would meet with me and answer some of my questions and just fill me in on a couple details. And so I watched the program, and here's the mind-blowing part. It's about a black man in Madagascar that killed 10 people. And he was hiding in the woods. So he wasn't, arrested by the police for these horrible murders. And he ventured out of the woods to go to the Seventh-day Adventist Church to be saved, to get to be absolved of his sins. He was still concerned about, being arrested from the police or the police finding him. So he took a radio back in the woods. And then he started calling all these other criminals in the woods. And then they went to the church to be baptized, to absolve them of their sins. The Seventh-day Adventists didn't talk about the victims that were murdered. They didn't talk about the victims of the crimes. All they talked about is how wonderful it was that they saved this murderer and brought him to Jesus. That's the video he asked me to watch. So, yes, it was creepy. I watched it. So here's what I'm going to tell you, folks. You guys take it with a grain of salt. Take it, believe it. I don't care. We did the investigation. We were out there the first day for 11 to 12 hours. We took some of the evidence that we had found, and we took it, we spoke to the police department. We have to, this is an investigation of a 5-year-old child and that we want to help find. We do not believe she's alive. We do not believe that she was abducted. We do not believe that she was sold for sex trafficking. We don't. But we want answers. We want answers. And we actually can't believe law enforcement. Sometimes persistency is the key. It's constantly following back up. It's constantly checking the stories, whether they've changed, the slightest bit of change. What is it? You don't get that unless you're constantly going back and being persistent and, sending it. Sometimes you have to be strategic. Send new detectives out there. Say, we're new to the case. The case was just handed over to me. We need you to kind of go over your statement again. It gets annoying to the people that have to relive it, but it's key. It's key. You need probable cause. You need to get your asses back on that mountain. She's closer than we think. That's what I truly believe. So we are, it's sad news. It's sad news, folks. What we found, it's sad news, what we heard. It's sad news of the living conditions. It's, it's sad. So the reason why I'm not answering any of my chat messages is because I'm absolutely exhausted. I'm going to get out what I need to get out, and then I'm going to get off all the messages that you guys want to have or have me comment on. I'll do tomorrow when I'm awake and I have footage. I'm sure you're going to find footage being key to this, but I'm going to tell you that mountain there, unless you go straight up the driveway, you're not getting on that property. You're not getting on that property. I can tell you that. We were there on the corners. I got recordings of all the dogs hooting and hollering. I mean, you can't get on that property without somebody knowing you're there. Everybody wants to say that we proved, or not me, that Molly Golightly proved that somebody can get on that property without anybody. And she did not. We were down. I mean, if you see this mountain, it's all the way at the top. We stayed down at the bottom. No, she did not prove. They're just going to use that as leverage to try to say that, she proved that somebody can get on. She couldn't even get on the mountain. Neither can anybody else. Okay. I'm going to tell you that you're going to have problems convincing the world because, again, we record everything. There was 4 people there and 5 recorders. I mean, really, because we have 2, like Olivia has one in the hand and one around her neck. Like we record every footstep that we took was recorded. I can guarantee that. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So all this stuff is going to be coming out. Now, as far as physical evidence, we didn't find physical evidence. That's not what we were looking for. It's not really what we ever look for. We don't deal with the evidence factor, physical evidence. If we come across physical evidence or we see physical evidence, 9 times out of 10, we call law enforcement. The reason why I say 9 times out of 10 is because Kathleen Moore, I didn't realize that I may have touched evidence because we were told by law enforcement that they had searched and cleared the immediate area. So I naturally thought when I saw this shiny thing in the grass, I didn't even know what it was when I picked it up. It was nothing. It was a nothing burger. It was a cleaver. And we don't know how Kathleen Moore died. It could have very well have been the murder weapon, and I could have touched it. And I wasn't wearing gloves. And, I know a lot of our good supporters, we take constructive criticism, guys. We didn't, so we're going to be investing in gloves to keep with us at all times, just in case something like that ever happens again. We can make sure that we don't, we're there to help, not hinder, and we're there not to, stop. But we were assured that the immediate area had been fully searched, and clearly it was not. Even the area that we went to and we said needed to be searched, we had already thought it was searched, but we knew that was the area that she could have only been in. We went through the processes of this is not a sophisticated guy. He wouldn't have had a lot of means to transport a body. He wouldn't have wanted it in his vehicle. That leaves evidence. There was only so many places he could have put it very close. And unfortunately, we were spot on in our assessment of where her body may be. So just to answer Diesel's question, we spent over 4 hours with law enforcement providing them information in which they're going to be acting on. That's why we are not going to be able to provide certain aspects of this case, is because they have actually asked us to not disclose it to the public. It's that important. So even though, you know what, I'm done with you. Get out of my chat and don't ever come back. I don't need shitheads like you in my chat. So you're blocked. So, there is only so much that we're going to be allowed to provide you guys, because we have been asked by law enforcement to keep certain aspects of the stuff that we found under wraps. We don't like doing that. We like to be truthful with you and to you, but this is about a 5-year-old girl missing, and we need to bring her and the people that have harmed her to justice. And the only way we're going to be able to do that is to keep our mouths shut. We are bringing you a lot of content. We are going to bring you some witness testimony. We have to obscure their face. We have to obscure their name or their voices because they have been attacked. They are victims too. They didn't even want us recording them. But again, like I said, we record everything, whether they like it or not. They have the choice to whether to talk to us or not. But we have to do it. So at any rate, we did provide law enforcement some information. We did direct them in places that they could probably obtain more information. And Don Wells did stand me up on my interview because he knew I was not going to, ask him soft hitting questions. I had already started peppering him with it on the phone, just a little taste of the kind of questions I would be asking him. And he chose not to show up, which is very, very telling in and of itself. Hey, Molly, there's my baby girl. How are you? You want to come on? You want to talk? You want to tell these haters to go bleep bleep? I'll wait for you to respond. I'll drop you the link. I'm learning how to drop a freaking link. Who would have ever thought, girl, right? Who would have ever thought? Who would have ever thought? At least I think. Do I even know how to drop a link anymore? Let me invite. Oh, that's right. I got to invite. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. Here you go if you want to come on. But at any rate, some bullshit. Always some BS, man. I got to tell you. Always some BS. But anyways, I don't even remember where I'm going. I'm so freaking tired. You can see the bags under my eyes. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, we have obscured some names, obscured voices. They're victims too. And they've been persecuted, and I don't think it's fair. So these people that think that we were out there having a vacation or disrupting evidence or harassing, we did not. The only person that was harassing was a sleazeball from Texas. And again, I refuse to mention his name. I'm not going to give him the floor. I'm going to tell you what's going on right now. We ate Chinese last night, and not only did we eat Chinese, we were supposed to go back and get our food. We never got our food. We never went back and got our damn food. Did you get my, I dropped the link, Molly. I'm going to drop it again. I dropped the link for you. Come on and say hi. At least I think that's how I drop a link. If you can't get it, let me know. I'm dropping it again. There it is. Bullhorn Betty. Yes, I need mods. I had to kick 2 mods out because after you guys told me what you told me about certain people bashing us, like that was not directed. First of all, let me just tell you something. Let me just give you some background on what happened, and I'm sure Molly can agree with this. We let a certain person, her name was Jay for Justice. I'm not even going to go into an argument with you. I'm just laying out facts. You do it all the time. I'm just laying out facts. I'm not pushing blame to anybody. But she knew that we were going to be going. She knew at the time. I had no idea. I didn't even know this sleazeball from Texas. She let them know that it was me, Jonathan, Olivia, and Molly. And apparently this guy has a hard on for Molly. And she put us in jeopardy. She put our health and our well-being in jeopardy. And we ended up having to throw everybody off, deceive our audience in order to protect ourselves. We ended up being able to use his behavior to our benefit. So we actually punked him in a way. He's so predictable. And sorry, my mind's moving a little slow. So we ended up having to do that. But along the way, by throwing them off, a couple, well, if they're doing what you guys are saying they're doing, I wouldn't even call them friends. But at the time, we thought they were friends. Molly unintentionally brought them into the fold. And then, I'm trying to play the devil's advocate saying, this is what needs to happen. We can't turn this into a pissing contest with two guys. This is about a 5-year-old girl. I even told them I respect whatever you choose to do. I just would rather it not go down this way. Yeah, again, it's about a 5-year-old girl. It's not about two men having a pissing contest and going into a ring to box. And that's where I stood on the matter. Maybe that's why he's mad at me at this point. But again, we had Jonathan, Olivia, and I had nothing to do with that. And quite frankly, whatever happened was so benign. It was more of an ego thing than something that really should have been blown this far out of proportion, in my opinion. It's a testosterone thing. And, I understand that Molly's got, some very loyal fans that apparently went onto their page and said some nasty things. People came on my page and said some nasty things too. However, the difference was I was in the loop. They were not. I had no idea that they weren't in the loop. But at the end of the day, it didn't have to come to this. I mean, we could have all just said, I'm sorry. Let bygones be bygones. It'll never happen again. Let's move on. But apparently they chose to burn the house down and throw the baby out with the bath water. So, you can't do that. When you can't do that. We had technology issues. Molly can tell you on here. Molly, did you even get my thing? I don't know how to. The only way I know how to invite you is by dropping the link in the post. I don't know if you saw it, but that's the only way that I know how to do it. At any rate, what they did was just complete self-sabotage, because they didn't sabotage us, because we have all this footage that is going to be very sad when it comes out, because they just really got it all kinds of wrong. And I really wish they wouldn't have done that. I'm very disappointed in them if what you guys are saying in this chat is true. But it sounds like it is. So, I just want to make sure that everybody knows where I stand. You don't do that. You don't do that. You get all the facts before you open that trap. All the facts. And it sounds like these people got half cocked, had some ego issues, and decided to go on a rampage and take a bunch of people down with them. They decided they were done for whatever reason. It didn't have to be like that. Like, we were coming home today. I would have thought that you would do your due diligence, reach out, find out what happened. But, when you start acting like a fool to me, I don't know what else to do. All I can do is block you until you calm your ass down. and then you want to go on a rampage, okay. But I'm still going to be me. There's no damage control you can do to me. So I just, I wish you wouldn't have done this. It didn't need to come to this. But just remember, you chose to go this route, not us. I'm going to take the high road and stay the hell out of it. That's what I'm going to do. Let's see what's going on here. I love my girl Molly. I got to tell you, she's a badass. She really is. She's savage. And I will tell you that she didn't give a rat's ass. She does, you know, she gets the job done. I got to tell you, sometimes you need renegades, and she's a renegade. She's a renegade. We had a great time working together. We got to really feel each other out, because last time it was more yelling at the laundries. We knew the laundry parents were guilty as sin on, you know, some stuff, but really getting down to the investigative work and getting down to the nuts and bolts of what we really do on a daily basis. She's very good at her craft. Many people see her as a as a crazy Pennsylvania woman that's very outspoken and stuff like that. Yeah, and in fairness, in real life, she does have that, but she's very professional. And she's very professional. I really did enjoy working with her. I think the four of us really click. You know, we all bring a little differences to the team, and it really helps. Like, we are able to, you know, people come to us and talk to us, and Molly's personality, she's just very direct and able to get these people to start talking. You know, Jonathan has that gift too. I sit back and try to watch. I have questions myself, but you know, I have hearing problems. Many people don't know that. So like coming home, Jonathan's trying to talk to me, and I'm like, huh? You got to speak up louder, like you're in my deaf ear. Like I literally, I can be sitting right next to you, and you could be talking to me. You could be, and I can't hear a damn word you're saying. So it just, you know, it just sucks. But I have hearing problems. You know, I can't tell. I'm just kind of a point blank person. I just, you know, I don't really like. Olivia's so sweet, and she's so nice, and she really knows how to talk and be nice. And, you know, everybody has their own gift. When we need a real soft person and a real sweet person to, you know, guide a conversation, we go to Olivia. When you need, you know, when you need a ball buster or somebody that asks questions that are just very stern, I shouldn't say ball buster, but very stern question, you call me. When you need just somebody to go in there and be a ball buster, you call Molly. In this case, Marissa. So we love Molly. We love Molly Golightly. She's awesome. So, but anyways, guys, I am super, super exhausted. As you can see, I am just whipped. But we're going to have some more footage coming tomorrow when I get to go through it. And I got to tell you, Marissa, if you're still in here, can you at least say the work that Olivia does is amazing? I'm going to wait for her to respond. Amazing. I know she's got to be on here somewhere. Where are you? All right, guys, I'm going to go through here and just see what I know there's got to be some haters in here. You know what? I really don't care, because they're from a cult. They're from a cult, you know, that believes the Wells are innocent and believes that some are Wells. And that's what's so sad, is when you start believing this horse shit, you're so busy looking for somebody that you think's alive or been abducted. And I guarantee that person is right under their nose. At this point, I don't think there's going to be much left, but it's right under your nose. Right under your nose. And you guys are too stupid to see it. Too stupid to see it. Sick. It's sick. So let's see what we got going on here. Molly may seem a little crazy, but I got to tell you, it works for her. Oh. Well, here, let me comment for you. probably why she couldn't come on with me, because she can't see the video or audio. But at any rate, we love her. And you know what she does? She may act crazy. I gotta tell you, the lady is freaking hilarious. When we went on live, it sucked because the internet sucked out there. Like, it was horrible. Like, the second day, I think we got through maybe 10 minutes, and when it went down, it would not come back up. And this hotel, when we got there, was trying to explain to us, like, this section here works this, you may have to move around. Like, we're not moving around, we're on one side of the freaking hotel, and now we got to go down the lobby to try to do a live. We're not doing all that. Like, half of the time we're sitting in bed in our pajamas, or getting ready to go to bed. It just sucked. It just really, really, really sucked. And I felt really bad because we really needed to go live. There was a lot of stuff going on. We had some video. Oh my God. I can't wait until JLR finally sends me this video. This video is hilarious. And this is a video of Molly going like scorch earth on the sleazeball. Again, won't say his name, from Texas. And I just want to let you guys know, I didn't even know this sleazeball until this event. So, giving you guys specific dates and times of when we're going to be going anywhere is going to be almost difficult due to safety concerns, because we've learned a lesson. And, I'm still a little hot. And I got to say, for the people in here, I do not believe Jay for Justice in a million years would have done this intentionally. I will tell you that. I think she got very excited. Nobody told her not to say anything. And I did not know this creep had a hard on for Molly, because all of his, and in the grand scheme of things, he talks crap about us, but not really. I mean, all of his crap is really directed at Molly. He just has, and I asked her, I said, do you know this guy? And she didn't even know him. She had never met him until he was ready to throw a freaking fire log in her face. Like, that's a violent, I'm very concerned for any woman's safety that's in his circle. Like, he's a loose cannon. He may put on that facade, but I'm a woman that's on a campaign to end domestic violence. And he is not a guy that I would ever date. I mean, I would be terrified if, like, his wife or his girlfriend or whoever he's seeing, I would literally, if you guys know who I'm talking about, and you have any female family members around him, they need to leave. That guy is no good. No good. He should, and I found out he had kids, and that's sad. That's really, really sad. They're probably going to end up being, if it's a female, it's probably going to be knocked up and pregnant, barefoot, pregnant, and on welfare. If it's a boy, it's probably going to be in prison, just like his father, following in daddy's footsteps. It's a shame, but that's what I believe. Now, all you haters, all you cult leader or cult followers can blow my stuff up. I don't care. I speak the truth. You don't like it, get the hell out of my program. He is a very dangerous man. I hope and pray that he is arrested and brought to justice. I mean, he is just a deplorable, despicable person that sympathizes with people that could have potentially murdered their 5-year-old child. She could have had an accident. There is a traumatized person, and that would mean that she had an accident away from home and probably never made it home alive. Everybody saw that last picture that grandma took of the grandchild, leaned up against 2 gallons of milk. I want you guys to go take milk, and I want you guys to put it to your face and see how long you can handle the milk on your face without it burning almost your face off. My girl's landing, my girl's landing. Yeah, and the other person, I kind of went off on Jay because I misread one of her tweets, and I'm still with all this chaos that was brought. If anybody knows me, I'm dedicated to my work. And I can't deal with a lot of chaos. If you want to be part of the team, be part of the team. If you're going to start distracting from the team, get the hell out of the way. I don't need the bullshit. And, this, there's two sets of people here that caused three sets if you consider that sleaze from freaking Texas, but two sets of people that caused a bunch of bullshit that needed to be there. And I believe both of their intentions were pure and true. And both of these times, my name got dragged through the mud when I did absolutely nothing wrong. So you know what? That's what I do. I can't deal with it. Okay, guys? I love you, but you know what? Hit the fucking road. I got better things to be doing with my time than babysitting freaking egos and dealing with somebody putting me in jeopardy. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I love you both. I do. I was your friend. I was your friend, and you chose to torpedo it, and I did absolutely nothing wrong. But I have integrity. And once something goes in the vault, it stays in the vault. So I'm not trying to cause anybody any problems, but it's just a shame. It's just a shame. So it's very disappointing. Very disappointing. So Jay for Justice, in all fairness, I don't believe you were at fault in disclosing this stuff. I did. You are absolutely correct. I did speak to Jonathan. I read the tweet wrong. But at the end of the day, I don't need the drama and I don't need the BS. I got a job to do here. I work very hard. I work every single day to try to help somebody, help victims families. And quite frankly, I don't need the distractions. I don't. When you start becoming a distraction, you got to go. This is serious business. This is not child's play. We're talking about people's lives. You're talking about families that are missing people. You're talking about family members that are dead. This is not something we have pissing contests over. This is something where you put your petty bullshit aside and you work together for the common goal. And if you can't do that, move out of the way. So, at any rate, guys, I've been on here way too long. It's almost midnight. I am absolutely, utterly exhausted. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning, and I need to bid you guys a good night. Please, please, please pass my video around. If you guys would like to subscribe, please subscribe. I am trying to get my viewership up. All right, so I ended up having to, sorry, my other screen, the reason why it's got the side, I had to go to my phone, so my computer just went down on me, so that's what happened. My computer just went down. So at the end of the day, I'm putting it back up right now. I do have, as many of you guys know, oh, good, it finally did kick off. As many of you guys know, my computer was dropped by Southwest. I still have been waiting for a claim form. I need to call them back because I'm sorry. I mean, they seriously screwed up the corner of my computer. Let me show. I can't even figure out how to do that. I mean, they jacked up. They dropped the bag that my computer was in and smashed the whole side of it. So my computer's been having some technical problems. At any rate, I think you guys are beautiful people. There are people that need prayer. And, I hope to bring, it's going to take me, I got car problems, guys. I got some major car problems. I'm going to try to resolve them tomorrow. I'm hoping it's not as bad as I may think it is, but Molly did buy me the O2 sensor. I'm going to replace that. I'm going to pray to God that an O2 sensor can cause all this knocking, rattling, everything in the car. And believe it or not, it just might. But,
it's scary. It's scary. Like my engine seems like it's okay, but I might have a head gasket that's blown. I might have a manifold gasket. I'm hoping it's the O2 sensor. Everybody pray that it's the O2 sensor, and not only that we unseize the O2 sensor, because I was out in the parking lot of the hotel. Yes, I was out there with my ass hanging out of the engine and pulling everything off. You got to take the top off, all the plastic shit off. You got to take the bracket off to get to the O2 sensor, unclip it, all this stuff. Yes, I do know how to work on just a little bit. Yeah, I'm hoping that's what it is, because I'm telling you, it was a scary, 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 drive. Well, I shouldn't say scary drive home. It was just, the car didn't have a lot of power. It's knocking, it's banging, and when you're slowing down, and it's nerve wracking. And think about it. We had to deal with that for 13 hours. In the back of your mind, you're thinking, oh my God, the engine's going to blow. It's an older car. It's a 2011. It's got 138,000 miles on it. Everybody's been telling me for years, not even years, probably, about a year, that it's time for me to get a new car. But guess what? This rich girl can't afford it. This rich girl can't afford a new car. So we fixed the one we got, right? I mean, I'm a conservative, so if it runs, it runs. I run it into the ground. Not buying anything. Conservative just means I'm a cheap bitch. That's all that means. That's all that means. So don't get your panties in a wad. I don't like ever bringing in. Sorry about that, guys. I never bring in politics and this kind of stuff, but it just slipped. I don't think it's necessary, because we all deal with death. We all deal with it goes across party lines, it goes across ethnicities, it goes across religion. And I think sometimes that when you start saying stuff, it distracts from the goal, and that's not my intention. So I do want to tell you guys that thank you for everything. It was an amazing trip. I can tell you, if it wasn't for supporters and people donating, these trips, actually not just this trip, every single trip we've taken would not be possible without your help. And we are getting information. And again, like I said, there are going to be haters out there, but they don't know what we do. They don't know how we do it. They could never, ever, ever mimic, because I'm telling you, we have some powerful people. When you put this team that we have together, and we are together, and we are in sync, and we are running on all cylinders, nobody can match the kind of work we do. And that's what I'd like to impress upon you guys tonight, is that the team of four, it was Jonathan Lee Riches, Chronicles of Olivia, Molly Golightly, and me, Bullhorn Betty, got the job done yet again. We are planning in the near future to protest with bullhorns, but we're doing it at TBI. Because in most cases, the victim's family are the ones applying pressure to law enforcement to solve the case. In this case, the victim's parents are the primary persons of interest. So they're not pushing this case. Outside of them having visuals, they really haven't gone and searched for Summer at all. They've been doing visuals, and they were doing those, once every 2 weeks or once a week. What is that doing? Are you trying to tell us that she's dead? Because that's what it's telling me. Visuals imply death. So, all right, I gotta go. I'm ready for bed. It is now midnight. I love you guys. Come back and see me tomorrow. I will. I don't even know what time I'll go live. I may be out there working in my car. You guys may see me go live with Grease from here to there. I don't know. I'm praying to God that just pray for me. It's the O2 sensor. Pray, pray, pray. I want to come back. I want to come back and be on live at like 10 o'clock in the morning and say, guys, thank you for your prayers. My blessings were answered. I was answered with blessings, whatever. The car is working and feeling better. I do not want to change out gaskets. Please, 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 Lord. I do not want to change out gaskets. Oh, anyways, I love you guys. So wish me luck tomorrow. As soon as I get the car done, I promise you, I will be on here. I have not seen you guys or heard from you guys in days. And I'm telling you, I was having withdrawals. I was having serious withdrawals. I hate not having internet. Seriously, I hate it. I hate having, like, I couldn't call anybody either. There was only certain places you could make calls. And again, there's no phones in our rooms. You couldn't even make local calls. Like if you didn't have a cell phone and you didn't put an arm up and a leg out, you weren't getting any calls in at all. You'd have to go down to the lobby and ask them to make a call for you. You need 911, run downstairs and ask the receptionist. Maybe they'll call for you. It's crazy. All right, guys, I love you. God bless.